What's going on, everybody? It is Cameron with the Keep Church Online. It has been a long time since I posted a video, and I've just been doing a couple other things. My wife and I have started a podcast called the Chasing Love Podcast. We discuss marriage, love, relationships, all based on a Christian foundation. So please check that out. I really wanted to dive into something real quick today. It's not going to take up a lot of time, but I wanted to talk to you about three things that I feel like we're really needing to focus on right now as Christians in the church. It's very important that we do this right now because I feel like right now we're kind of slipping and we're kind of missing the big thing that we're being called to do. One is called to love other people. That's the biggest thing. Love will change how you act. It will change how you interact with other people. It will change everything drastically. And the great thing about it is originally in the Old Testament, we were called to love others as we love ourselves. And we talk about this in our podcast. You can go there and check it out for a little bit more. But sometimes we don't love ourselves even. So how can we truly effectively love others? And I don't think you really can if you do it that way. But what Jesus has come and changed for us is that we are supposed to love others as he loves us. So if we're loving like him, it'll make these other two things really easy to actually do. So that's number one, love others. Number two, it says to go into the world and preach the gospel, go into all the world. Sometimes we're so focused on building numbers and doing things at a building that we miss the main calling, and that's to go out and do things in our community, at our jobs. A ministry has so many different looks and appearances. You can really miss ministry opportunities because you're expecting it to look a certain way. Don't expect it to look a certain way. God has put you in a particular place for a particular reason, and it's to share a love and gospel of him to people that other people don't have that option to. So think about that. When you're out there and you're at the grocery store, regardless of which grocery store it is that you're going to, you have an opportunity to speak to people and to change their lives. Keep that in mind. The last thing says, let's fight the good fight. Not just fight every fight that we see that pops up. Hear me out. We don't have to defend Jesus. Jesus has been the same yesterday, today, and he will be the same forever. It says to fight the good fight. Not all fights are good. Not all fights are worth your time. Some fights are going to have different outcomes than you expect. And sometimes if you're fighting a fight you're not called to fight, you're going to miss what God truly has called you to do. Sometimes we have to alter the way we fight. Sometimes we're fighting things in an old school way and it doesn't work against the new school. So you got to change. You got to adapt to the times. Jesus isn't going to change, like I said. The gospel is not going to change, but the way we deliver it, it might change. And sometimes it might need to change. Styles of music have changed. The way churches look, the way they do outreach has changed. And it's effective. Each generation is different than the last, and so maybe the way that we talk to them needs to change a little bit. The way that we minister to other people may change, and that's okay. Jesus doesn't change, but the way Christians react to things and to people might need to change sometimes. So, if you're going to be fighting, make sure you're fighting the good fight, the fight you've been called to fight. Otherwise, you're just out picking battles that you don't need to, and it turns into hate or bigotry, or it turns into condemnation on things that we're not called to, all based on your opinion or your interpretation, right or wrong, of the scriptures. And a lot of times it's based off opinion. We got to take opinion out of this. We got to take emotion out of this. It's not about that. It's about how can you effectively reach somebody. Love them, go to them, and only fight when you have to. It's not like a wimpy thing to say. A good fighter knows when a fight is worth it. So keep that in mind. God bless. Make sure you like, subscribe. Check out the Chasing Love podcast. We'll see you soon.